Well, hello! Here we are, Midler Airways. It is, what day is it today? Saturday. And we are going back in the air today, making our way back to Australia. We're currently in Mumbai, in India, and we're about to take off and head to, guess where? Los Angeles. We're going to go visit our daughter, Lauren. So, we're ready for takeoff?
We are ready for takeoff.
We're ready for takeoff. I'm going to flip the camera so you don't have to look at my face, but you can look at the Capitan and our takeoff. And we're ready to roll. Here we go.
So, you flipped?
We are flipped. Hello.
Okay. Oh, hello. We're British Airways flight 1812, and this particular flight will take us over the North Pole. One of the reasons why I wanted to do the Mumbai LA flight. And to see Lauren.
How long till we get to the North Pole?
9 hours and 15 minutes.
Okay, well, I don't think we'll wait on the live situation.
I don't think so.
Will we be too high up to see anything in the
I've never done that
polar
before,
regions?
So I don't know.
Okay, well, I guess if it's exciting, we'll come back in 9 hours and we'll let you see what the North Pole looks like. Okay.
Exactly. All right, we have clearance for takeoff.
And I'll just show you what's that called?
The throttle.
The throttle.
The throttle. Yeah,
Throttle.
if you don't get this right.
Okay, and we're not very exciting landscape out there in Mumbai, to be perfectly honest.
Well, we didn't buy the airport.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're cheapskate. All right. Engines are revving.
So this is the heaviest we've ever been, the most amount of fuel, and the longest flight.
How many people on board?
320.
How long's this flight in all?
17 hours.
Oh, bloody hell.
Go.
And we're up. See ya, Mumbai. I don't think I'll be back in a flash. Just
Gear up.
show you outside. Show you what's happening in the flight deck. Are we on autopilot already?
We are.
You just put on the autopilot. See, I'm learning what all these little gidgy gadgets. Are we heading to 10,000?
We are heading to 10,000. And so just in terms of what's happening outside, there's the northern suburbs of Mumbai. Over there is the southern suburbs of Mumbai.
They look exactly the same.
Yeah, sorry about that.
What's the
And now we're going to do a left-hand turn.
what's the body of water?
That would be, actually I don't know, it's not the Indian Ocean, we're too north for that.
Okay. Anyway, so we're up, we're flying, and I'm going to flip this back around. For those of you who are watching, hang on, let me just see, is there any, the technical side of
I'm
things
just going
down
through my
here?
checklist, after takeoff checklist. Flaps 1.
Engine anti-ice. Well, I'm assuming that in Mumbai we don't have ice.
No, but as we climb,
Okay, we're turning.
as we climb, we'll get pretty chilly up there and we'll need anti-ice.
So we're turning. I'd be interested to know what that water is, but
It's a river that enters out into the ocean.
right, it's not the Ganges. Where the hell is the Ganges?
No, we did the Ganges on the way into Mumbai.
Oh, there you go. So a nice
The Ganges
little
runs
turn.
in northern India and then into Bangladesh.
Right. Okay.
So if you watch last flight on #Destination Dining and Aussie Sim Guy, I don't know what I'm talking about. I talk about the Ganges on that flight.
Aussie Sim Guy is the YouTube channel, so if you want to subscribe to that, and if you're interested in sort of the flying bits and bobs. And okay, so one last look at all the instruments, and we're at 267 knots. We are climbing.
yeah.
See, I'm a
Currently at
genius.
3,700.
Coming at 3,700, 800,
For
900.
10,000. There's the ocean out on the right,
That's the left.
the left.
Thank you,
Left.
Captain.
Hang on, left,
Don't you feel like
right,
you're in good
left,
hands
right.
when the captain's got no freaking idea his right from his left?
I've got
Okay.
no idea. I have some idea.
Look at that tributary going all the way in. All right, so flip it around. Thanks for joining us for takeoff.
No, before you go.
Oh, hang on.
Let me just show you what
I'm
we're
going to
doing.
flip it around again.
Let me just show you what we're doing. Okay, so I'll turn the light on. So it's really weird. You have to look at it on a globe to see the way we're going. It's effectively a straight line from Mumbai, straight up over Russia, over the North Pole, and then over Alaska down to LA. But when you look at it on a flat map, it looks really weird. It kind of looks, you know, up across. Hang on, I'll show you what that looks like. Wait a minute. So on my moving map.
Oh my God, I'm married to the biggest geek in the universe, in case anybody had ever had any doubts.
So, right, so this is, I think you can see that, right? So this is where we are, obviously leaving, going through cloud, not very exciting. But if I zoom all the way out, hang on, still going. Right, so you can see the orange line. It goes all the way up, you know, across Mongolia, Russia, all the way to the top. And then it gets to the very top of the globe.
Wow.
And then, hang on, and then, oh, come on, why is it so slow? And then it does this left-hand turn running across the edge of the map, which looks really weird. And then it comes back down.
It's like my stupid GPS in my car that refuses to acknowledge the Dingley bypass.
And then it comes down. So it looks really weird, because if you think about it, you know, you might go, well, hang on, to go from Mumbai across to LA, you should just go straight across. But in fact, this is the fastest way and the shortest route to go.
There you go.
It's just really weird that a flat map doesn't give you a clear picture compared to a globe.
Very cool. All right, well, so we've got a big flight ahead of us. And so it's, what did you say, 17 hours?
17 hours. Time for a schluck soon, maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, we're on autopilot. I'm going to flip it around. So, yeah, thanks for joining us for takeoff from Mumbai, heading via the North Pole to Los Angeles, which sounds crazy. Hopefully, if we have anything visual over the North Pole, we'll come back on and show you, although 9 hours, who knows.
Who knows?
Have a good day, everyone, and we'll look forward to seeing you for landing in LA at some stage soon. Now, if anyone who ever watches this video, I can see a couple of guys on. If you're interested to fly, Captain Midler here always loves to have people who are interested actually in the flight deck with him. Oh, we are turning. Oh. And so don't hesitate to let me know if you're interested. We're doing a big turn at the moment. I felt that.
Yeah.
Really feels crazy in here. Okay, we're going. Cheers.
Bye.
See you in LA.
As we leave India and we head north, we kind of scoot past and over the various stands. As you can see, most of the stands here, some of them you've heard of, some of them you probably haven't heard of. Most people have heard of Pakistan, Afghanistan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan. In fact, I've been to Uzbekistan in the mid-80s and flew into Tashkent. Kazakhstan to the north. Actually, if I zoom in, let's see where we are in relation to There we go. So we're heading on this northerly track, and just over here is Tashkent. I'm sure it's changed a lot in the last 30 years, 35 years. So that's where all the stands are. It's a 17-hour flight, and on such a long flight you need refreshments. And so on this flight we have a nice little selection of cheese, to be washed down with a little bit of bubbly. And while I know one of my black and white hard rules is no eating and drinking in the flight deck, I think I'm going to make an exception in my personal circumstance and case. Cheers. Oh, that's good. Well, we must be pretty far north because everything is covered in snow. That's water in front of us. Looks like little glaciers over there. Currently at the top end, the north end of Russia. Kind of feels like we're close to the North Pole, but we're not really. If I show you up on the position reference page, you'll see we're at a latitude of 66 degrees north. So we're only 2/3 of the way up to the North Pole. We're just about to leave land at the northernmost tip of Russia. And on the map you can see where we are. I guess if it was winter, then outside the water would be frozen and it would be just one big landmass. I assume that's a landmass of little islands, even though they kind of look like, you know, icebergs out there. Getting closer to the North Pole, currently at a latitude of 79 degrees. I've done some Google research because I didn't know much about the North Pole, except maybe there actually is a pole up there somewhere. But you can see that we are flying over a water mass, while outside we can see there is some sort of landmass. So in reality, what we're seeing is an ice cap floating on water. So there's no actual land, but it is solid. And we're currently at a latitude of 83 degrees, and the closest we get is a waypoint called 89N13, which is 89 degrees north, so 1 degree off true North Pole. Most people might think that the straightest path between Mumbai and Los Angeles would have been to head east, you know, head towards China, Japan, over the Pacific, and then fly straight over across to LA. In fact, the shortest path is the path we're doing, which is straight over the North Pole. And just to help you better understand why it is the best way of going, I've got a globe to show you. So we start off here in Mumbai, in India, track north over the North Pole, keep going over the top and come down to Los Angeles. $88.42. I'm curious to know what the flight management software will do when we get to North Pole. I'm kind of thinking that all the heading on the nav display will just flip round. Instead of heading north, we'll be heading south. But I'm not sure, I've never done this before. Oh, hold on a second. Well, this doesn't look good. This is a very strange path that the flight management computer has plotted to this waypoint. Hopefully it won't actually make us do that, because that doesn't look right. Let's see if I can correct it. So I'll select 89 North 13, pop it back over that. Looks like I'm wanting to modify the flight path. I can see that on the navigation display with the purple's gone and the dots are there. I'll execute that. No, and it's plotted the same course again. Okay, so this is very interesting in terms of what the plane wants to do. That is a strange path to plot. We're actually 89 degrees, 34 and 35. This is practically on top of the North Pole. I wonder if there's an actual pole out there. I can't see it. Well, I guess at 32,000 feet we're not going to see a pole, are we? But this is all very, very strange at a software level anyway. Well, the system seems to be wanting to correct itself. Very bizarre. Interestingly, the autopilot has decided to steer straight for the waypoint despite the track the FMC's plotted. I'm not sure if that happens in a real 777 or it's just idiosyncratic to the software that I'm using. I wonder what happens when we pass 89 N13. I guess I'll know in about 16 miles. Okay, so now we're actually moving slightly away from the North Pole now. Coming down 89, 29, 28. So now we're moving past the North Pole. Hopefully the FMC will adjust for this and we'll get a cleaner line to fly. Well, I missed it. I missed it for recording anyway. The FMC decided to replot the course to the next waypoint, which is called Yak. I don't see it on the navigation display because it's just too far away, 1782 nautical miles. But we just did a left-hand turn and we're heading in a southerly course now. As you can see, the track is getting close to that 18, which is 180 degrees, which is effectively due south. So I'm still flying. I didn't fall out of the sky. The software didn't crash. It did everything that it was supposed to do. And so the flight continues. Interestingly, I've just noticed that there's a huge variation between what the navigation computer says we are doing. We're heading on a course of 187, which is practically due south. Whereas the wet compass, and this is a JK101 model, is giving us a heading of around 250. I suspect it's slowly working its way around to 180, probably due to the fact that the magnetic North Pole is very far from the geographic North Pole, and as we move further away from the north, it should realign again. So now we're down to 81 degrees north. Current heading is 191, still very much south, and it looks like our wet compass has caught up. So another fun fact about flat maps and global worlds. So you'll see where we are on the moving map up there. The distance on the moving map from here to this point called Yak is around 1300 nautical miles, and the distance between Yak and the next waypoint, which is called Eni, is around 1300 nautical miles. So it's weird how that first sector looks so much longer than the second sector, even though they are the same distance. Outside we're still over some sort of polar ice cap. You can see the reflection of the sun off the snow, and in fact beyond that you can see the edge of the the cap there as it heads back into the water area. So honing in on San Francisco. So there's San Francisco. Let me zoom in. There we go. You see Golden Gate Park, the cloud. San Francisco Airport, International Airport is just there. Whoops, sorry. Golden Gate Bridge is just there, behind a cloud. Downtown LA, it's just there.
Approaching 2-5 right.
Approaching minimums. 300. Minimums.
Continue.
200.